Welcome to Down About Thailand, reporting on what feels like the Last Supper, as it's the day before Pattaya, Chonburi moves into the dark red zone, which means we'll see the toughest restrictions that can be placed on a province. And beforehand I disappeared off to Koh Chang to ride the storm, to get out of this. But this time, with my kids and my wife, I'm prepared to stay here. This will see some travel restrictions. We won't be allowed out of the province, and there will be a curfew 9 p.m. till 4 a.m. and unnecessary travel will not be allowed. So alright, you'll be allowed to travel to work and allowed to travel to shop, but it will be discouraged. This is the first time I've been in Pattaya during such a lockdown, so I'm not as street savvy as everyone else, but today on Monday I want to make the most of what I can before we go into what's likely to be at least 2 weeks. So that's why I call it the Last Supper. It's the last chance for me to dine in a restaurant and eat, or come to the gym, or possibly, I'm very sure actually, walk along the promenade in John TM along the beach before life here becomes a little bit difficult. I've got to be careful what I say with COVID, and so I have to bite my lip. Personally, as an individual, please don't shoot me down. I'm just telling you how I feel. I feel like enough's enough. I can see how much this virus, where the average age in the UK of someone dying is 82, is crippling economies. And it was very hard for me to drive along Pattaya Beach Road the other day and see hundreds of Thais sitting in an orderly, socially distanced fashion with the sun beating down on them, having to wait to get some food parcels so they could eat and feed their kids. When I see businesses closed and crippled and people's investments ruined, I hope that somewhere along the line, when the world gets a handle of COVID, we find out how this happened, and if someone is to be held accountable, that justice is done. The likelihood is, though, however this happened, maybe the real truth us simple individuals will never know. I think there's certain things in this world that is kept from us, and we just have to accept that at the moment. Now, when it comes to the vaccine, and I talked to some people, of course we're nervous about it. In Thailand there are 3 vaccines that have been approved, and I'll need to get into the queue really if I want it, and it's the AstraZeneca, Sinovac and Sinopharm. And you may not be able to choose which one you get if you choose to do that, or you can go to private hospitals, and I know the Bangkok Pattaya hospital here is waiting to get Moderna, and many other private hospitals are likely to get Moderna by October. So that's somewhat reassuring, because if I have to have this jab, reluctantly, I'm a healthy 45-year-old that likes going to the gym, I eat relatively well. I think I'll survive if I get this disease. Alright, I might pass it on to older people. I don't want to ramble here. These are the confusions and the emotions that we're all going through. And it's particularly tough for an expat when we're having to get in the queue and when there aren't enough vaccinations to go around and we're having to wait our turn. And there's part of me, it's like ships passing in the night. As I, for the first time here in Thailand, get to experience a lockdown in the dark red zone, my friends back in the UK on July the 19th see their restrictions completely relax. They're now allowed back in football stadiums, concerts, to go out and eat together. Life is normal. I'm fairly tempted to get my family on a flight, take my COVID tests, go back there, choose my vaccine, and then come back here and quarantine later on. Actually, COVID cases in Chonburi for the first time in 12 days are at an all-time low. 615 cases. Yet nationally it's getting worse, and there were 11,784 cases, which is a record high reported today. If you are an expat in Bangkok, then foreigners can register over the age of 60, or if you have a health condition for your vaccines. In Pattaya, if you've got a pink ID card and yellow house book, you can register for the Sinopharm vaccine. And we just have to wait for the hospitals, like the private ones. It doesn't feel a nice day today. I see my kids playing. I'm taking them out. They've got no idea what's ahead, as we're restricted. So from down about Thailand, next time, keep safe. See you soon.